Okay, this is assignment number 3. Our title is Inheritance of Traits. Everyone has traits, characteristics and qualities that make us who we are. We have physical features like brown hair, blue eyes, long legs, freckles, and funny-looking toes. We also have personality character traits. Those include things like being great at telling jokes, compassion, intelligence, warmth, and creativity. Where do these traits come from? It's easy to spot certain physical traits that were passed down genes from parents to offspring. Traits like red hair and knobby knees are inherited. What's more, and many would argue more interesting, is to find the source of traits that could have formed individual reactions to a certain environment. Many traits exist in a gray area between two extremes, inheritance and development or learned. And if you look in that image, you see examples on the left of inherited traits from people's parents and learned behaviors that are not necessarily passed down through parents. One example is body type. This might seem like an easy one. People are genetically predisposing their body type. But once diet becomes a factor, the environment begins to play a major role in how the body develops. So body type is one example of a trait that is a combination of inheritance and interaction with an individual's environment. And those are examples of 3 different body types. So many of our most defining traits have been learned rather than inherited. For instance, if you are really great at video games, it's not because one or both of your parents passed down the skills in the video game mastery gene. It's because you practiced, played a lot of video games, and developed those skills. If you have kids who turn out to be great at video games, it will be because they put in the hours, learned the skills, and memorized the moves necessary to master the video games. Of course, there are ways our brains can form that are more advantageous to advanced video game playing. Say you were born with an extra large, extra powerful section of your brain that comes hand-eye coordination. That's inherited. What you do with it, how you choose to develop that advantage, is up to you. You can pierce your nose, get a tattoo, dye your hair, shave your head, get your kidneys removed, put on a silly hat. It doesn't matter how much you alter your body during your lifetime. None of those things will translate into genetic material to be passed down to the next generation. Of course, children grow up in an environment with role models who are pierced, funny-hatted, and covered in and tattoo covered. And that is very likely to affect how likely they are to get piercings, tattoos, and funny hats. Go ahead and continue down and answer the questions.